What is good, Battlefielders? This is Kuzu Ranger coming at you from Japan. Today I've got a 49 kill streak in the LAV on Seine Crossing for you. The first half I'll explain the set of circumstances needed for getting a massive kill streak like this, and in the second half I'll focus on specific tactics that will keep you alive longer to continue your streak. So how is this type of game even possible in the first place, you wonder? Ever seen the movie Magnolia? The one with Tom Cruise telling us to respect the cock and tame the cunt. Well, that movie was all about chance and circumstance, that some events are so coincidental it's scary. That's basically what happened with this game. I was in the right place at the right time, with nearly every factor in my favor, which allowed me to rack up this insane streak. Both teams were indeed full of noobs, and if you expect to get a good streak, this is exactly what you need to make it happen. I'm not proud of the fact these guys were unskilled, but oh well, that's just part of the game. I don't care how good you think you are, but you're not going to rack up a massive streak playing against a full team of solid, experienced players. Battlefield obviously rewards teamwork, so when you go against guys who are new to the game, who don't know the roles and who don't work together, well, let's just say they're in for one hell of a surprise. And having the only vehicle in the game gives you enormous power, so use it wisely. On top of that, there are your noobs who go running kamikaze right at the objective or at vehicles, and then there are your noobs who sit in a corner and piss in their pants. Well, this game had a lot of the latter type. The guys on my team were passive players afraid to charge at MCOM. The enemy team, even if unskilled, could have stopped my streak rather easily with a coordinated attack against me. All it would have taken is a few guys to set up mines, mortars, C4, or shoot rockets at me at the same time. But if they avoid me and let me run wild, you can bet your ass I'm going to take advantage of that weakness and kill as much as I can. Now, since I don't have eyes on the back of my head, I have no surefire way to protect myself from a flank attack. Even though this is one of the most simple and common tactics used in gaming today, lucky for me I was left unchecked to go about my business. With all the action going on, it's quite easy to distract someone with a rocket from the front and then have one sneaky support creep up behind your blind spot, kneel behind cover and plant a few bricks of C4 to blow your ass to bits. But they were non-aggressive and never took that risk, and so the killing continues. Connected to all these points is the pacing of the game. It was definitely a slow, drawn-out game. Our team took forever to take out the MCOM and they didn't take risks or push deep into their territory. And honestly, sometimes this makes it harder to get a kill streak since it's nice having teammates to serve as bait. But on the flip side, it's another important factor for a longer streak. Here's why. The faster your team takes out the MCOM, the shorter the game lasts. The shorter the game, the less time you have to get kills. By that logic, obviously the longer the game, the more time you have to seek out and kill people. So it's no coincidence that playing until the last MCOM stage in a long game helped me net more kills overall. Also, let's go back to what I first said about chance and coincidence and how luck can shape your results. Imagine that playing Battlefield is like playing the lottery. Every time you get online and join a game, it's like buying a lotto ticket. The less you play, the less likely you'll be rewarded in return. Try and compare a guy with 5 hours played to a guy with 50 days played. It's just logical to assume the second guy has won more and won bigger because he's invested more into it. I basically played this game 5 to 6 days a week for 6 months straight, which is why I finally hit the jackpot with this lucky game. Now here's a point that isn't immediately obvious until you really think about it. Balanced teams. Yeah, that's exactly what you need. If the attackers are dominating, then the MCOM will be taken out easily, the game will be over quickly, and you'll get fewer kills. If the defenders are dominating, then they will bleed tickets easily, the game will end soon, and again you'll get less kills. Assuming it's a normal ticket count like this game, you don't want super skilled teammates because they will steal your potential kills or win the game too quickly. When you have fair teams of mostly unskilled or inexperienced guys who play scared and don't push out to the objective, who drag out the game with their lack of cooperation, then you'll have the best chance to extend your kill streak. Well, you get the point now that a lot of factors went into making this type of game even possible. But even if you get in that perfect situation, you still gotta have the right skills and tactics. So here we go. The very first tip I'm gonna give is to have proper control of your vehicle. If you're not a naturally good driver, then practice tight turns around corners at full speed. Figure out how to back up using only the mini-map for navigation. Learn how to aim one direction and move the LAV in the other. Swivel your turret to watch your back and sides for threats. Watch where you're facing so you always have an escape route. The LAV is not meant to be parked in a stationary position and take heavy damage. It's a hit and run type vehicle, which is probably why DICE justified putting it on tight maps like this. So make sure you get proper control before you expect to get good results. Since you have the only vehicle on this map and everyone knows it, there's no need for stealth and surprise. Just fire away. Blind fire into heavy traffic zones. Destroy the buildings that are giving them cover. Fire into tunnels and dark rooms with the expectation that enemies are your side. Watch the direction they spawn from. Switch and fire your secondary weapon when reloading. I personally use the most attack-minded loadout possible. Autoloader so I can take more shots in less time. Thermal op so I can spot enemies and mines instantly. And LMG to take out infantry from all ranges. To compensate for the lack of IR smoke, just play safer and retreat more. And when choosing who to kill, make sure to kill all engineers and support first. You've already seen me doing this plenty of times, but when you take a direct hit or see multiple enemies targeting you, get the hell out of there. Because when there's one rocket, there's gonna be more. When you see a smoke trail buzz right past you, that's your warning sign. The LAV's armor is very light, so all it takes is a few hits to render you incapacitated at a snail's pace and become a sitting duck. When you take that first hit, think about your next action carefully. Do you proceed deeper in their territory or do you back up? We all love kills, it's in our nature, but greed will lead to your downfall, young Jedi warrior. Resist the urge to kill that one guy, back up, boost out of danger, and heal up first. Then repeat your thirst for blood. The next slightly advanced but essential defensive maneuver is one I call the J-turn. The basic concept is to back up quickly, then bend around a corner to avoid head-on rockets. Assume that the top of the J is the forward position closest to the enemy. Back up in a straight line, then turn sharply around a corner or onto a cross street. This move will save your life on tight urban maps like this when you need to escape from multiple rocket fire. Backing up in a straight line only will not help much since the enemy is still lined up on you and their rocket will likely still reach you. So getting behind a side building will either cause the rocket to hit a wall instead of your LAV or break the lock on if you don't have IR smoke. There's another move that's crucial for your survival and requires proper handling of your vehicle. Just like for any infantry, strafing will help you both offensively and defensively. Reasons why it should be used all the time. If you have cover and space to maneuver, a typical horizontal strafe can be used. Otherwise, try moving forward and back to throw the enemy off. Peek out just behind a building to make a quick assessment, fire, and then take cover. There's no rule that says you have to copy the noob mentality and put yourself in danger, so don't. Limit your exposure in the open by poking out behind cover just to make yourself a harder target. No matter how obvious or cliche, and no matter how many times you've heard it, I'll say it again. Patience is your key to success. Loafing in high risk zones may get you multi-kills, but it's begging for a death. The closer you get to the enemy and the more reckless you play, the more likely you'll end up in a fiery ball of death. So do the smart thing, don't get surrounded, don't get greedy. Play calm so you can make better choices. Stay safer. Doing this will allow you to survive longer and in the end get more kills. And there you have it, folks. You've seen how you need different types of yummy ingredients mixed together to form a nice birthday cake of a game. And then you've seen how certain tactical maneuvers can save your life. Hopefully this guide helped you out, and if so, don't forget to like, favorite, and share this video. Sub me if you want to see more vids like this, and leave your comments below. Thanks for watching. This has been Kuzu Ranger. Peace.